evaluator for the second speech is a gem of a personality. He works as Director Enterprise Architecture at Mar Labs Innovations Private Limited. And he loves to travel and he loves photography also. Let's give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Ajil Anthony, and let's know from him what are all the objectives of second speech. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A very good morning to you all. And my speaker in particular. My speaker is attempting the speech 1 from Pathways Level 1, Project 2. So there are 2 speeches as part of the Project 2. So my speaker is attempting the speech 1. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply it to a second speech. And the time allotted for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And the speech title is My Fear List. Speech title is My Fear List. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajil Anthony. Now, the second speaker is a pious, handsome person, originally hailing from Kozhikode. And he's working here as a software engineer. And he's very highly interested in watching movies and reading a lot of books. It's my pleasure to welcome the second speaker of the day, Toastmaster Jaleel Ali. Let's give him a big hand with his title, My Fear List. My Fear List, Toastmaster Jaleel Ali. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I have a fear list. Fear list is nothing but a list of things I am afraid of doing in my life. When I was in college, my fear list had pretty normal stuff. For example, my brother used to behave like a CID and monitor myself all the time. And I was afraid that he would find out that I do this occasional smoking and report to his boss, which is my father. And another thing in my list was whether my teacher would find out that I skipped a semester exam, not because of the fever, but I went for a movie first day, first show. Pretty normal steps, right? But one day, this list got changed. So what happened is, one of our teachers got transferred into another college, and we students decided to give him a farewell party, an official farewell party. So I was asked to give a farewell speech representing my class. So I prepared a speech, and I even included a dialogue from Shakespeare's famous play, Julius Caesar, just to show off that I had good knowledge in English literature. And the day arrived, I started speaking. I said, Vinay Chandran sir is going away. After my first sentence, I forgot my complete speech I written. I went complete blank. So I repeated, Vinay Chandran sir is going away. And my third sentence went like this, Vinay Chandran sir is going away. After my 3 attempts of the same sentence, my principal walked to me and he said to me in a low voice, Vinay Chandran sir is going only once. You already sent him off 3 times. Please go and take your seat. If you want to relate my situation at that moment, think about this Malayalam movie, Franchietan and the Saint, where Mammootty gives a speech to persuade people to vote for him, and he completely messed up. I did exactly the same thing. But that day, my fear list got changed. Everything else in my fear list went down, and the fear of public speaking went to the top. Years and years went by. My college days finished. But in those days, I had this principle that if you study something, you have to study very well, no matter how long it takes. So I took an extra year to clear my back papers. and then I landed in a job. Again, years and years went by. My fear list got changed many times over the years, but the number one remained the same. One day, a friend of mine suggested Toastmasters. He said, if you attend this regularly, you would be able to conquer your fear. And I decided to give it a shot. And I went to a meeting as a guest. Meeting started. I was asked to introduce myself, which I didn't like very much, but I did. And after some time, there is another session came, which is called table topic session. Table topic session is conducted by a person called table topics master. He calls himself as master. And the thing is, this master has some weird and crazy topics in his pocket. And all of a sudden, he would ask you to speak any of these topics. And I did that too. And meeting proceeded. And after some time, I thought the meeting was over. But no, wait. President called me and asked me to give a feedback about the meeting. Seriously, here is a man who is afraid of public speaking. And on his very first day, he was asked to speak not once, not twice, but 3 times. I thought Toastmasters don't care about this mantra, Aditi Devo Bhava. But my friend was right. Toastmaster helped me. On the very first day, my fear list got changed. Fear of public speaking went down 1 step. And unfortunately, there is a new fear on the top, fear of table topics. After the first meeting, I attended a couple of more meetings as a guest. And after my 3rd meeting, one gentleman came to me and he said, now you attended a couple of meetings as a guest, why don't you join us? Even though he didn't say that to me directly, I understand that in a way he was saying, you cannot be a guest forever. Either you have to join the meeting, Toastmaster, or stop attending. Then I realized that in order to join the Toastmaster, I have to pay 4,500 rupees for 6 months. I did some math and I figured out that it's 200 rupees per meeting, which is exactly the price for a chicken biryani. Since I love chicken biryani a lot, I thought, why should I join Toastmaster and instead I can have a chicken biryani every week for that money. And the good thing about the chicken biryani plan is if you don't eat the biryani, you don't have to pay the price for that. But Toastmaster is not like that. After weeks and weeks of deliberation and analysis of the pros and cons of chicken biryani versus Toastmaster, I joined Toastmaster. And now it's been 1.5 years since I joined Toastmaster. And I paid 4,500 rupees 3 times so far. And because of the pressure from Sheshadri, I paid last week as well. When I look back, I am a bit worried about the number of meetings I attended is very less. And the more thing I am worried about is when I do the calculation again, the number of biryanis I missed is enormous. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jaleel Ali, for giving us that wonderful speech. Let's give a big hand to Toastmaster Jaleel Ali. Now, you see, my dear friends, we have a